Greetings and salutations, everyone! My name is Firemage, and welcome back to Rimworld Ascension Take 2, Episode 11. If you enjoy this episode, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, mod list is down in the description. And with that, let's get into the episode. Well, starting off, what is the goal for today? I think today we are mainly going to be focusing on getting those last two things on our list done, starting with the pens, finalizing with the barns. That is where we're going to start, and also it is sad to say we will not be advancing technologically yet. I thought we would have made it by episode 10 or 11. I don't think that's going to be happening. So, just to put into perspective how far off we have finished 21 research projects, which sounds like a lot, but most of those were given to us at the start of the game. We have a total of 45 research projects we can get done that are part of the medieval era. 20 of those are already complete. We need half, so we should only need 2 to 3 more research projects, and we should be able to advance at the 50% marker. So, that is also something that I'm going to be working on in the background, is getting our research done. Finishing up Cocoa, we will probably afterwards go over here and probably do something like meat drying, but these are all really long research projects, so it might be better to go for something like food condiments because it's a lot quicker to get done. But that's just a little aside I felt I needed to go ahead and put out there as to why I haven't advanced yet. Now you know. Anyway, back to the actual game and what I intend to get done. We are going to start off by expanding the pig pen over here. And I am just going to be extending it into the rest of this little space here. It's been bothering me for a while that there was just this big old space here that was just not being used. So I'm going to go ahead, expand it to fill that. It won't really affect the food growth too terribly much, but it'll fill it out a bit more, make it feel a little more proper. As for the other pens that I need to expand, I was thinking I need to expand the goose pen a bit, maybe, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know. It's really just this one I wanted to get expanded. And there it goes. All of that meat is now slowly rotting away. Which is unfortunate. That is a huge loss in terms of our food, but it is the unfortunate cost of, well, having too much meat. It is unfortunate, but that is what it is. Now, we do have more people, so I am going to go ahead and increase the amount of food that we're making. Because it has come to my attention that we are only making 16 still. We're going to just ramp that up to 20. That should be a good amount, I think. Might not be the most optimal amount, but I think it'll work. Oh, and Kinrat is having a tantrum. Lovely. So, in terms of expansion, I think I'm going to expand it a little bit more in this direction. Like so. And then a little bit more in this direction. Like that. So that should give it enough. And we have Mad Boom Rats. Lovely. Alright, Crow, I'm gonna need you to immediately start running back to base. Everyone else, please go ahead, start preparing to defend our stuff. It's only a handful of them, so it shouldn't be too terribly much of a threat. Oh, and a Mad Boomalope. Okay, looks like we're gonna get a lot of man-hunting animals. That's a concern. There we go. Now, I could swear it said that there were 3 man-hunting boom rats, but I only have seen 2. But it doesn't... I'm not seeing another one anywhere, so... maybe it was dealt with already? I don't know. Or maybe I missaw. Oh no, a Night Ave is... Oh. Man, that Night Ave just killed our baby pig. That... That Night Ave is gonna be causing us some real issues. You know what? It is gonna cause us a lot of problems. Let's go ahead and deal with it right now, before the problem gets too much worse. That Night Ave is gonna keep killing all my creatures until I deal with it. So, let's set up a firing squad. And take it out. Alright, 7 hours. Oh, and you accidentally shot our pig, Crow. Oh, okay. Guys, please stop shooting the pig. You guys are killing it, literally. Sam shot out its lung. Oh. And Slave is rebelling. That is most unfortunate. For Fur. Because, well, we got the squad. We got everyone over here, really. So, we are just gonna go ahead and, Oh! He's using one of our guns? No! Engage him in melee. He's shooting our cats. Stop shooting the cat. Alright. Fur, buddy, pal, you are so lucky you have good crafting. You know what? Let's go ahead and do some role assignments. So as you can see up here, we only have the moral guide assigned currently, which is Crine. Sam was originally our leader, but I'm thinking having Sam do the animal specialist might be more useful, since Sam primarily does hunting and animals anyway. They don't really do too terribly much else. We can assign them that. And then, since, I believe it is Sappy? Yeah, since Sappy has decent social, we can go ahead and make them the leader. They're also young enough that they don't have dementia, which is always a bonus. And there we go. Sappy is now the leader. And that is all 3 of our roles assigned, which should give us some bonuses. Oh, and a diplomatic marriage. Asking for Coog. Oh. Well, but I like Coog. Coog has good skills. Like, really good skills. I might have to reject that. Coog has high plants, medical and intellectual, and construction. Can't afford to lose that. Speaking of which, now that Sam is no longer capable of constructing, Crow and Coog are going to be taking over that. So hopefully we'll still be able to get the projects done decently fast. It does mean that our two of our most experienced farmers will be preoccupied doing that, though. There we go. The pens have been expanded. So this goat pen is actually nutrient growth positive, which is very nice. And the pig one is also nutrient growth positive. Look at that, making progress. And that means that we only have one thing left on that checklist, which is, of course, building the barns that were recommended. Now, I'm gonna be honest, don't think I'm gonna go for any cool, super fancy design. For the goats, I'm going to just put it right here. Just do a little something like this. There we go. We'll put one of those there. For the geese, we will be building theirs right here. Theirs will need to be a little bit bigger because we're also going to be moving the egg boxes inside of it. So it will go all the way back. That is not even, and that is going to bother me. There we go. So we'll need to deconstruct that. So that'll be for the geese. And then, of course, finally, the pigs will have the smallest because they are the ones who we will have the least of. And animal flap. So there we go. Those will be the 3 barns for all of our birds, goats, and pigs. And with that door built onto the goose pen, that is now all 3 barns done in their most basic form. But I'm not going to check it off just yet, because I'm not done. First of all, for the geese, we actually need to go ahead and reinstall the egg boxes, which we will set up along this wall over here. We'll even build a couple more, just because we can. And, of course, they actually need to sleep in there, which means we need to put in animal sleeping spots, which will just go like so, because we have so many geese that I'm just gonna shove them all in there like that. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and put in some straw flooring, because I think it'll look pretty cool. And we'll do that in all the barns, like so. For the goats, we will set up sleeping spots all along the sides there. Same goes for the pigs. I don't think we'll ever really get 6 pigs. The pen definitely cannot support that many, but you never know when we're going to need to shove some extra animals in there. The animatree has finally grown enough to go ahead and make another person psychic. Or we can go and level up quickly white. But I think I want to go ahead and do an animatree linking, and that house was built too close. Yeah, of course it was. Well, once we link it, we can move the tree. So we can link it to any of these 4. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know who to give it to. Let's see. So crow could be a good option. I also do kind of want to just give it to white so that we can work on getting up to regrow limbs faster. I feel like that wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing to do, but oh man, there's options. There are options. What does crime do? What's their job? Well, their job is to be the leader, as well as being a night owl. Right. I think we're gonna have to give it to Crow. Yeah, we'll give it to Crow. We should also probably get around to linking the Gruelian tree at some point. Feel like its potential's being kind of wasted. Actually, who could we give it to who's not preoccupied doing other things? Probably Anteater, but Anteater's also the cook. We could give it to Coog. Coog does a lot of planting. Could be a thing. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to give it to Coog. And then we'll just reprioritize Coog from constructing to plants. They do have a huge passion for plants, so... There we go, and the tree has been connected to, and we are gonna go ahead and... Ooh, what do we want? We got options. We do have options. Producing ambrosia could be nice, but that does count as an actual drug. Let's go ahead and do the Garu Brick Maker. I'm not even gonna apologize for that. That's a hard word. But that is what we're gonna do. It will make beautiful cloth that is also very insulative. Yes, confirm. And we'll go ahead and set the connection to a maximum. And also the linking ritual is complete, which means... Oh, that's the wrong person. Crow. Hello. What do we want Crow to get is the question. They do plants and animals, so doing Wild Speaker could be a thing. Could be a thing. But I also do really kind of want a Chronopath. That could be pretty useful too. I think we're gonna have to go with Wild Speaker. Go ahead and start working our way up that. Ooh, pods arrived. What? Wait, what? Oh, it's Tony. Oh, and they sent us a Masterwork recurve. And see, that is nice. Thank you, Tony. For once, our generosity actually paid off. That is better than all of our other bows, which we actually do need to go ahead and start divvying out. And aside from that food binge, Crow has now finished the barn. Excellent. And that is the checklist once again empty. Gotta go ahead and clear it. But I have one more personal project I want to get done right before we finish off this episode. The food storage is full. We need to expand it. Or, well, I suppose we don't need to expand it, actually. We can build some food barrels. Which is what I'll do instead, because I'll be honest, kind of forgot these things existed. So 2 of those should solve our little overflowing food problem. That's not really a problem. It's actually a good thing. You know, with all the projects that we've gotten done today, let's go ahead and let's do one more. So, something that's been bothering me for a while is how small our dining room is compared to how many people we have. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be expanding it a little bit at the expense of the hospital, as you can see. Pretty obvious. But we don't really need a super big hospital, at least not yet. Eventually we will, but not quite yet. I'm also going to be making the bathroom significantly smaller, because it too does not need to be this big yet. Once we start getting like actual useful things, it'll need to be a bit bigger, but as of right now, we can go ahead and shrink it down quite a bit, giving us just that little bit extra space. And there we go. It has been opened up a bit. Now you might be asking, what are you gonna do with this weird little space over here? Well, I'll show you. First of all, we need to put in the wood flooring. And this little nook back here is where we are going to build a new game of Ur, because this one is of poor quality. And it's going to be the gaming nook, where you can go and play some games. Let's also go ahead, and I think it's about time we set up an auto slaughter for all of the geese, because we have too many. So I'm going to not put a cap on the total amount of geese, but instead on the total amount of adult geese. So I only really want 2 males, and in terms of females, we'll go with 6 females. Let's see, is the game of your board of a higher quality? No, it is still poor quality. Crow, come on, man. Well, whatever. Crow, you failed me in that respect, but you have helped me in others. Also, I'm going to be going ahead and setting up Fur to start doing other things. They do not need to bed rest. Have them go ahead and start repairing and doing other things, like basic work, refueling and whatnot. Let's see. There we go. That looks right. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we cannot figure out a way to get a little bit more in the way of seating here. I think what we'll do is we'll just put another table here. Since we don't want to encroach on anything. Want to leave plenty of open pathways. We'll do this. 3 more chairs. That should be enough to alleviate this one poor table. And you know what? While we're here, why not? Let's install a torch. And a hostile force has been spotted. It's about time. Finally getting a raid for the first time in a few episodes. Well, let's go ahead and make sure that everyone's bows are reloaded so that we don't end up in the situation of, well, not having our bows reloaded. It's happened more than you think. Let's see, yours is reloaded, yours is reloaded, yours is reloaded, you can't combat, and you also just kind of don't do combat. Alright, so we have a grand total of no defenses, but hopefully that doesn't matter too terribly much, and we don't just instantly die. Oh, wait, a marriage ceremony? Wait, what? White and Vera are getting married. Hold on, when did this happen? Did I miss a thing? Oh. How dare you attack while my guys are getting married? Oh, you poor souls, you're all melee. 9 people. Okay. So, in terms of combat effectiveness, we have, what? 6 people who are combat effective? And 6 versus 9, where 5 of our 6 have range, and only 1 of theirs does. Okay. Yeah, sorry, gonna have to call off that marriage ceremony for a minute. We have something to deal with over here. So we're gonna do the classic strategy of lure them away and just shoot them. Come on. Come on. We might get a bunch more prisoners. As for everyone else, please go in here. Let's also, actually, real quick, before I forget, I can't believe I forgot to do this. This is something I learned from the last attempt at this game. It's a real handy little trick. You do this, and then you can just go in here, tell your favorite animals to go there, and you can tell your not combat capable people to go there as well, and they'll just go in and sit and be safe. Throwing knives, and there we go. They are fleeing. Yeah, that's right. You better run. I'm gonna keep shooting you, though. You broke my walls, Gooba. Take them down. You know what? Go ahead and take down, Bulnomen. Hello, Gooba. You die in 6 hours. You're not gonna die. You're going in the prison. Oh, he's trying to crawl away. Adorable. Alright, well, we don't have any spare space in here. As per usual, it seems. So, we're gonna go ahead and throw you in with Carrie, since Carrie seems to be the most mentally stable. White, please. Go ahead and, oh, they're unwaveringly loyal too? That's fine. This is more for me. Grab them. Well, that was, certainly an underwhelming fight, to say the least. Wouldn't even really call it a fight. That was more of a slaughter. But that is the power of recurve bows at this time. I think the only way they would win is if we ran out of ammo, which, to be fair, we almost ran out of ammo. So, if we ran out of ammo, we would have either had to engage in melee, or try to make it over here and start reloading, which not a fan of trying to run that. Speaking of ammo, though, we do need to make a little bit more. I also think we might need to finish making these newer tribal wares. They're a bit warmer than what they're currently wearing. Alright, and the ideogram is done. And so, to end off the episode, we are gonna do a public execution. We can't. Okay, because Gooba's having a mental breakdown. Okay, so apparently mental breakdown makes you exempt from being executed. That's good to know. So can someone, like, snap them out of it, or... Because I would really, really like to... You know what, actually, just arrest them real quick. Shove them back in there. And, take your fist and punch them. Come on. There we go. No mental breakdown for you, Gooba. There we go. Gooba, for the crimes of, well, breaking my walls, instead of fighting me, you went and broke my walls, you shall be executed. Anteater is unfortunately not going to be joining us. Apparently they used a recreational drug. Oh, alcohol. Of course they did. And it was a satisfying execution, giving everyone a nice +6 mood boost. And on that slightly gruesome note, I will be leaving this episode off here. We had a good episode. We got all the things on the list done. The barns, expanding the pens, and we got some extra stuff done. Like expanding the food warehouse and increasing the size of our dining hall, which was pretty important. And we finally got a raid. A really sad and depressing raid, but a raid nonetheless. Shame that nobody with good skills survived. Now, the list is once again empty, which means I am in need of some new stuff for it. So, if you have any ideas on what you'd like to see me do with the colony, buildings, general goals, go ahead and leave those ideas in the comments below, and I might just pick them. I have some ideas of my own, of course, but I do want your input on it. It's always fun to do. And so, with all that done, I will see you all in the next episode.